길 가면서 막 추리 발견하는 거야? 단서 발견하는 거야? 이것도 역산 몇 판 이런 게 있어?
에피소드별로.
아 그럼 다 깨면 이제 할 게 없겠네?
뭐 근데 뭐 선택 같은 거 다시 할 수 있다고 하는데? 그러니까 뭐 이게 윤리적 선택 그런 걸 하는데 그걸 뭐 바꿀 수 있다고 하네? 그러니까 범인을 봐준다 뭐 그런 거.
Whenever he has asked for my assistance, it has always turned out to be entirely justified. I fancy that every one of his cases has found its way into your collection.
Yes, they all seem worthy of...
However, I regret your fatal habit of looking at everything from the point of view
비글.
of a story instead of a
아
scientific.
모카 견종의 기억했네.
사우처럼 만났다. 모카색 생각나?
I beg your pardon.
아 그 뭐지 그 다리 짧고.
To examine this letter than to try to convince you.
저 만원경 왜 달려있는지 모르겠어.
나오면?
아 이거 보면
아 이거?
이거 보면 항상 이렇게 나오거든?
쓰라고 돼 있는 거 아니야? 이 아줌마 있는데?
몰라.
괜히 쓰라고 한 건가?
모르겠어. 나중에 에피소드에 나올 수 있는데.
I agree with you, Toby, that what's
The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should... The letter is on the table, Holmes. You should take a look.
지금 자기가 길 가는 거야?
this is where I keep my post.
The letter is on...
This is where I keep my post.
이거는 내가 저번에 해결한 에피소드.
뭐 사용을 언더가
This
맞다?
is
이거
where I
뭐야?
keep my post.
그러니까 내가 봐줄 수도 있는데
안 봐주면 사용 언더한 거야?
아니 그 다음에 이제 판결이 되는데 얘는 범인 찾는 걸로 끝내니까 홈즈는. 편지가 저건가 보다.
I can tell from Lestrade's handwriting that he was in a hurry when he wrote this letter. The Brackenstall family coat of arms. A wax seal with the monogram E.B.
레스트레이드가 누군지 알아?
So...
홈즈에서 맨날 도움 청하는 경찰.
Promising, as always, it appears to be a case of murder.
So you believe that Sir Eustace is dead?
I should say so. Lestrade wouldn't have sent for me for less. His writing shows considerable agitation, and he is not an emotional man. These people belong to high society. The quality of the writing paper, the
관심
E
있나?
monogram, their coat of arms. The
그냥
crime
보고
was
있나?
committed before midnight.
Holmes, how can you possibly...
좀만 하다 그냥 나갈까?
Well, it is all thanks to Lestrade.
그냥
He wrote
미생물래?
his letter at 3:30 in the morning. Imagine the chain of events
8분.
before
한 10분만 하고 10분만 하고 보고 자자.
Scotland Yard was notified. Lestrade himself had to make his there, and finally composed the
왜 양심의 가책을 느껴서?
all of that makes for a fair night's work.
It makes sense. Lestrade also speaks of the woman he...
왜 양심의 가책을 그런 데
That seems
느끼나?
to indicate that you
그냥
have
일찍
been
안 자는
somewhere
거에
during the crime. Much time has been wasted. Let us find a cab and
아 이거
go to
대사를
London.
계속 봐야 나중에 사건 추리가 되는데 안
I
봤다.
live in hope of an interesting morning.
지금 에피소드 거의 다 깼어? 아니면
이제 첫 에피소드 시작한 거지?
그동안 안 깬 거 없어?
앞에 3개 깼지?
총 몇 개인데 게임?
7개 있다고 들은 것 같은데?
I can always consult with it if
첫 판은 진짜 쉽더라.
이런 건 돈 주고 사는 거야? 얼마?
나 이게 한 4만원쯤 주고 산 것 같은데? 이 한글판 번역된 거는 좀 더 비싸게 받았어.
번역인가?
그러니까 그 한국 퍼블리셔가 그 할인을 잘 안 해가지고 할인을 해야 싸지는데. 지금 이제 막 처음 시작했으니까 증거 같은 게 하나도 없지. 원래 이게 증거를 모으면 계속 쌓이거든.
더 어렵겠다.
아, 이거 쉬워.
막 증거 다 세워야 되잖아.
틀려도 다시 고를 수 있게 해주고 해가지고.
Ah, Mr. Holmes and Dr. Watson, here you are. I'm very glad that you have come, but perhaps I should
저기 경감님.
you after all.
And why is that?
이게
Lady
농약병이야.
Brackenstall has come to her senses, and she has given so clear an account of the affair that there is not much left for us to do. You remember that Lewis and
나
Gaggenberg?
나간다.
나도 곧 나갈게. 10분 내로 나갈게.
Exactly. The father of the two sons. It's them. They stole the silver spoon.
어우, 깜짝이야.
Sir Eustace Brackenstall is dead then?
Yes. His head was knocked in with his own poker.
A violent act of aggression.
Yes, the poor lady. She has had a most dreadful experience.
왜 이렇게 소리가 작지?
Tied to a chair. But I think that you would best see her and hear her account of the facts. She's in the morning room with her maid, Teresa Wright.
Where is the body of the... deceased?
In the dining room. We haven't touched anything.
All right, I'm going to examine it.
Very good, Watson.
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning room.
Lord Ramsay Brackenstall.
램지란 이름 들으면 그거에
Lord
생각나서.
Brigham Brackenstall.
램지 스노우.
Sir Wartham Brackenstall. Lord George Brackenstall.
Lady Brackenstall awaits you in the morning.
Ladies, allow me to introduce myself.
어우, 깜짝이야.
My name is Sherlock Holmes. I'm assisting Inspector Lestrade in this investigation.
Mr. Holmes, I am the wife of Sir Eustace Brackenstall. We were married only a year ago.
I am sorry for your loss. Please accept my deepest condolences.
I suppose that it is no use my attempting to conceal that our marriage has not been a happy one. I fear that all would tell you that, even if I were to attempt to deny it.
멍자국이라고 바로 보이네. 좀 오래된 멍자국도 있는 것 같은데요? 호주 출신. 뭘 못 찾은 거지? 응? 아, 뭐 나왔는데? 잠시만요. 오래된 멍자국, 결혼 반지, 품위 있는 목자국 주시. 뭐 대충 알겠다.
Can you describe to me the events of yesterday evening?
Is it really necessary? I have already told Inspector Lestrade all that happened.
Yes, madam, it is.
I will tell you then. Sir Eustace retired about 10:30. I sat in this room until after 11, absorbed in a book. Before I went upstairs, I entered the dining room to fetch a candle and... oh God.
Please, go on.
As I approached the French window, I found myself face to face with an elderly, broad-shouldered man who had just stepped into the room. Close behind the first man, I saw two others. One of them struck me a savage blow with his fist and felled me unconscious to the ground.
And then?
When I came to myself, I found that they had secured me tightly to a dining room chair. It was at that instant my unfortunate husband entered the room.
He fought with the intruders.
드자비지는 또 뭐야?
I think he had hurt them, for he was holding his stick. But they were 3, and he eventually succumbed. One of them, the elder one, struck him a terrible blow with the poker. I fainted once more. When I opened my eyes, they had withdrawn. Then my brave Teresa came to my assistance.
Did these 3 villains steal anything?
Yes, I found that they had taken the silver from the sideboard. But you can see for yourself in the dining room.
식당.
You mentioned that your marriage was not a happy one. Was there anything specific that was troubling you?
He was not a nice man when he was drunk. And he suffered from dark moods, but nothing else.
The bruises on your hands are at least 1 week old. Your husband caused those bruises?
Oh, do you? Yes, he did. He was very angry at the time. Out of control. Again. Sir Eustace was a drunkard. To be tied to such a man for life is worse than death.
Your ladyship? Teresa, I would like to hear your testimony.
Certainly, sir.
4개. 커피 자국? 무슨 용도지?
As I sat by my bedroom window, I saw 3 men in the moonlight down by the lodge gate. But I thought nothing of it at the time. If I'd known,
10초 자국.
I went to bed.
식초 냄새.
It was more than an hour after that I heard my mistress scream. And down I ran, to find her tied to the chair and him on the floor with his head smashed. That's all I know.
저 식초 자국이면 피 지었다는 뭐 그런 의미로도 쓰이지 않나?
A trapper's hut.
응? 응?
These scratches are most definitely made by the picture frame. This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it. This is Sir Eustace's safe. There may be something important inside. I must ask Lady Brackenstall to open it. Lady Brackenstall, could you open this wall safe?
No, it is my husband's safe. I do not know the combination.
We have to open it. Your ladyship?
The body is still in the dining room where the murder.
You should examine the body of Sir Eustace
Holy shit.
So, Watson, what have you learned from examining Sir Eustace's body?
Well, I can confirm that the death was instant. Sir Eustace was facing his attacker when he received the blow to his head. There are no other apparent injuries.
appears that the bell rope was cut by someone taller than me. A fur trader's cabin. There is beeswing at the bottom, as if the wine had not been decanted before being poured. A decanter standing next to the open bottle, an inseparable pair indeed. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. This glass has some wine traces, but no visible beeswing. It is rather strange that only one of these glasses has dregs of beeswing inside it, while the other two are clear. Chateau Calon's. Sailor's knots. That's interesting. This rope was handled by the murderers. We need a scent hound to follow their trail. I will take it with me.
토비.
This is the chair that Lady Brackenstall was tied to. This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there. A deer hunt. A fur trader's cabin.
여기도 다 줬어야 돼?
The hunting scene. These wine bottles are expensive and mostly from France. A bottle of wine is missing here. An empty silverware box. It appears that the intruders have stolen the contents. This candlestick is valuable. It is interesting that it was not also stolen. The criminals did not thoroughly ransack the house. They only took a little silverware. Antique hunting weapons. The hunting scene. That must be the murder weapon. The head was cracked with the force of the blow. Quite a large stick, a formidable weapon. Barefoot, he had therefore been in bed and did not have time to fully dress. It is covered in blood. Sir Eustace might have struck his head upon it while falling from the blow. That is one possible explanation.
이건 아직 선택할 여지가 있고
The death was instant.
야, 집 좋다. 왜 무단설 없나? 경감님은 그 사이에
I've searched outside for footprints without any.
뭔가 진작 말해주지.
There are 3 glasses on the dining room table. I was wondering if...
Oh, I forgot. When I came to myself the first time, each of them had a glass in his hand. They might have been a father and his 2 sons. They talked together in whispers, and then they left.
3명이었는데 2명이 마셨죠.
Your ladyship?
Oh, what a horrible thing to have happened.
Please leave my Mary alone. She suffered.
여기서 할 수 있는 건 다 한 것 같은데 도비 데려와야 되고 저 금고 때문에 계속 뜨는 건가?
This door leads to the upstairs bedrooms. Apparently the criminals did not venture there.
자, 오늘은 여기까지 하겠습니다.